Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Littlle Black Couch, and welcome to Monday. It is a good Monday. Had a good weekend. We are crazy around the Stewart home right now. I am going live at 1:13 p.m., which has some significance in our family, and we are going to discuss it in just a little bit. Here we go. Welcome back. It's a lovely day out there. Look at the blue sky. Wow, that is gorgeous. What's that? Still a little snow up in the mountains, apparently. We did get some snow recently, so I guess it's still hanging on. But man, look at the lake is so calm. What a quiet, calm day to head out to the links, play a little golf out there. So anyway, thanks for being here today. We started this live at 1:13, and why? Why would we start at 1:13? Well, a couple of years ago, we dropped off our son at the Missionary Training Center at 1:13. Literally, the last photo I took of him was at 1:13 it was Wednesday. So I started a site 1:13 every Wednesday, and I've posted a photo I've taken a photo every single Wednesday at 1:13, and I've posted it up on that site so he can kind of get a look at essentially my 2 years in entrepreneurship, really. I mean, it's literally a shot every Wednesday at 1:13, and some of the shots were super boring, of just basically just a shot of the office, and that's it. And then some of the shots have been out and about. So, but it was fun to look over those photos as I was finishing up the site. Took obviously the last one last Wednesday. Wrapped up the site, got it ready for him to take a look at when he gets home. And not that there's a lot to see there. I told him when he left that, look, don't worry about us. Not a whole lot's going to be going on here while you're gone. And now I've got photographic proof that really not a lot went on, at least from the camera, right? A lot went on internally for me and for our family getting close together, and it's been really cool that way. But yeah, not a lot has changed. Now I had, but it got me thinking. I guess I started thinking a lot about legacy and what are we going to leave behind, because I'm able to take it now essentially 104 photos of the last 2 years of my life, and a lot of it is just in the office. Not as much as I thought it would be. But still, I spent a lot of time here in the office trying to figure things out. And is that what, the question then became, is that what I want to be remembered for? Is that what you want to be remembered for? For your work? For what you're trying to accomplish at work? And so in the midst of all of that thinking, we have some very, very dear friends of ours who have been friends for a long time. Our sons have grown up together and have been good friends since they were itty-bitty tiny preschoolers, and they still hang out to this day, which just warms our heart that they've always had each other through, they've moved away and we've moved around, but these two continue to get together, and it doesn't matter how long they've been apart. From the minute they get back together, it's, they're just in simpatico, and they're simpatico. What is it? I don't know what the word is. Completely silly. But anyway, they are in sync. There we go. What is that word? Simpatico? I don't know why I can't remember the word. But anyway, they are in sync, and they just go, and so we just love that. So we have these dear, dear friends, and my wife Carol is actually working with Jamie, the wife of this dear friends, and they're working on a really cool project together that's pretty amazing. And so Carol, Jamie's a writer, and she's a a very deep thinker, and Carol's an amazing graphic artist. So they kind of pulled together their talents to create some really cool stuff. It's called The Princess Process. If you wanted to go take a look, all the graphics and stuff my wife's doing, and she's extraordinary. She's unbelievably talented. And yeah, she should be doing all my graphic stuff, but I mean, sadly, if you've seen my graphic stuff, it's not very good because I've basically been doing it myself, and I don't know why. I really don't. I mean, she helps me definitely and gives me some direction, but then I haul off and do some really ugly stuff. But hey, it's me. So anyway, so these dear friends of ours, I've actually been working with Jeff on some other projects together, and we've always had this sort of entrepreneurial sort of chit chat going on all the time. And he has quite a big entrepreneurial heart, but he's been in corporate America, and he's a situation where he's wanted to break out of that corporate game for quite some time, and just we haven't quite found the right fit yet. But we're still looking, and he's super smart guy when it comes to sales and things. But anyway, they're our dear friends, and sadly, their mother passed away. So Jamie's mom passed away last week from heart failure, and so the funeral was Friday. And this lady was, I mean, she is one of the most just kind-hearted, loving, just charitable, just an amazing person. Like I never ever ran into her when she wasn't smiling and was just so concerned about everybody else around her, and it was always doing, it seemed like she was going 1,000,000 miles a minute to just serve other people. I mean, that was just who she was. And it's going to be really, really hard on this family to go on without somebody who literally is your biggest fan from day one, right? I mean, is constantly cheering for you. And as children, losing an asset, a mom like that, is brutal. So that's been hard. That's been tough. And we've been to a lot of funerals this year. A dear aunt of mine passed away, and my cousin Travis, who's been here working with me on a project, he lost his mom. That was so we've been to that funeral. We've been to a couple funerals of, I guess you could say that's a text from my wife. So I need to keep going because we've got a lot of stuff going on. We pick up our son tomorrow, the one that I was talking about at 1:13. So we pick him up tomorrow at, I think by the time he probably comes down, it'll be close to 1:13. For whatever reason, 1:13 keeps reoccurring in our lives right now. But anyway, we were at this funeral. We've been at a number of funerals. I had a cousin who passed away. I've had, obviously, the aunt. Now we had this dear, sweet mom of our friends. I've had a couple, I guess you would call them nephews by marriage. Had one that took his own life. That was that group doesn't really believe in God. So that was a very, very tough situation. But going through this period of reviewing my own life, one day at a time for the last 2 years, and then going to all these different funerals has got me thinking, and has got me really wondering about, obviously we all think about this. We worry about what we're working on and what we're trying to work on and what we're going to leave behind. We only take with us what we learn, right? And there's a lot of argument, and I don't want to get into life after death or any of that. But I will say that at these funerals that I've been attending, it's amazing to me how when you get into a funeral, and it doesn't really matter when you talk about a funeral that's a very religious funeral or one that is not, and I've been to a number of both this year. The religious ones seem to be, that believe in life after death, seem to be a little happier, a little, more celebratory tone than the ones that believe that's just ended over and goodbye, you're done, So, but in the midst of all those two very, very different situations, it's always amazing to me how the discussion from those that speak and the memories that they have and what they talk to and refer to is never about accomplishments. Okay? It's never about, occasionally it'll come up, but these accomplishments aren't what necessarily the world thinks is amazing, right? So they'll talk about what a great person they were or how kind they were. The memories will be of them serving. The memories will be of the times that they helped out, that they loved, how you felt loved, and that's what's been going on. That they were such a wonderful person, and it wasn't because they made $1 million or they started a company that was huge and was eventually sold for $1 billion, or they ran for governor or became governor or any of those things. None of those things matter after you've taken your last breath. But they matter now. They're the things that people will remember. So making sure that our lives, as entrepreneurs, obviously we're out there to solve problems and to help people. But I think that it's so important to focus on that part of it. That is all you will be remembered for. That's all I will be remembered for, is the good we did and the people we helped. Not the solutions we created, not the problems we necessarily solved, unless they are on a very personal nature. And so that's been really big for me. So as I sit in the office, and as you sit in your office, and as you work on projects, and as we try to be creative and think and try to come up with the next cool thing, I think it's important to remember that let's do it for the right reasons. Let's make sure that we are there to help people, to make their lives easier. That it's not about a big bank account, that it's not about the next vacation. And the world would have you think that, right? But nobody's going to talk about your trip to Tahiti when you're done. Nobody's going to talk about the degrees that you have hanging on your wall, right? By the time you have your funeral, they'll probably be packed up. What's going to matter is the people that you've touched and the people that you've loved and the people that you've shared your heart with. Those are the memories that will matter after you've taken your last breath. And that's just kind of hit me very heavy today. So at work, no matter where we are as entrepreneurs, hey, look at this. Our good friend, Brother Lance Ball has joined us, ladies and gentlemen. Hard at work, I am sure, in Wyoming. So thanks, Lance, for joining us. So that's kind of what I wanted to share. I mean, it's going to be, and obviously I'm super, super emotional and thinking about picking up our son tomorrow at probably 1:13 in the afternoon in Salt Lake City, that we're going to be reunited with him. But he has been out doing something so important, and people will remember him for his service. He's going to come home and he's going to go to school and he's going to figure out what he wants to do for a living. But he's not going to be remembered for that. He will be remembered for the lives that he touched as a missionary. He's going to be remembered for the people that he loved and served as a husband and as a father and as a neighbor. And those are the things that are going to matter most when this is all said and done. And so that's just kind of hit me really hard this week as I've prepared for him to come home and as I've attended these funerals. It's so important for us just to get out and love everybody around us and make sure that we're doing things absolutely the right way. Because that's all we'll be remembered for. So get out there, enjoy it, be an entrepreneur, serve people, do everything you possibly can to solve problems and make everybody's life better, but do it in a way where people know that you care about them. And do it in a way where you make sure that if you're going to be loud, then do it in a way that helps people feel that you care about them. If you're going to make a bunch of noise, then make it positive noise. If you're going to do all these sorts of things, then let's make sure that it changes the world in a better way. So when folks get up and talk about us when we're gone, and they remember us, and they will, there'll be a lot to talk about, and there'll be a lot to remember. But it won't be about the accomplishments that we've had in our lives. It will be about the people we've touched. So hopefully that helps out. We had another little thing. It's my pleasure. How exciting to pick him up on here. Yes, I am so excited for sure. Oh, and we've got Ben's joining us as well. Good evening, Ben. I caught your live earlier today, so very exciting. ManyChat's got a lot of cool stuff coming, so I'm excited to dive into that as well. So, good to have two of my good friends here joining me with this. So just get out there, serve, love, give back, because that's all that's going to matter when it's all said and done. Until next time, Aaron Stewart from the Littlle Black Couch. Thank you.